Well, hey everybody. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Bobbie and this is Bobbie Reads Tarot. And today I want to take a full look at Trump and the Epstein files, but I want to see, how does this end? How does this situation end for Trump? Does he get out of it? Does he, make it go away? Or is this the thing that he's finally going to be held accountable for? Is he being set up? So is this how they're going to get rid of him? So let's take a look at all of our questions. As always, my readings are for entertainment purposes only. Please do your own research, form your own opinion, and please be kind in the comment section down below. Okay. I don't mean kind to Trump or anything like that. I just mean kind to me and one another. Okay. Cordial. All right, you guys. So I want to look, we're just going to start with, I want to start with, is this a plan? Is this Epstein file debacle a plan that's orchestrated by someone or a group of people to remove Trump from office? Let's take a look and see. Okay. Is this a plan? Was this planned or orchestrated to remove Trump from office? Six of Wands, this is victory. This is winning. This would tell me that Trump was put specifically where he was and was given assistance for entertainment purposes only to quote unquote win the election so they could put him where he is so that he could do their bidding. Okay, so there is a group of people, and I do think that Trump had their assistance in winning the election. We all know that, right? Okay, so the challenge that's being faced is the Ace of Cups reversed. The Ace of Cups reversed can be rejection. It can be a creative block of some kind. It is the offer of a friendship being taken away, an offer of camaraderie, okay? The energy that this is coming from is the King of Wands reversed. King of Wands reversed is a tyrant, but King of Wands reversed is also a time restriction. It means your time is limited. This would tell me that, okay, he won, but his time is going to be limited. He is not going to be in office the full time. Okay, so the energy going forward for this situation is the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups is about confusion, possibilities, but it's also a card of abandonment. So yes, I do believe that this group has planned on setting up Trump to abandon him, just get him set up and then say, like, you're on your own, you got to deal with this. The aim or what they're actively trying to achieve or the destiny of the situation is the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands is a battle. It's someone who is very defensive, but it's also someone who's persevering. And I think he's persevered a lot more than they perhaps maybe anticipated. But this is, they do want to take him on, and they want to wear him down. They want to wear him down. That's what they want to do. And I think they're doing a great job of it. I mean, look at his health. And by the theys, I mean any group that's running things behind the scenes. What they don't see coming or what they don't want to see is the Knight of Cups. This could be someone coming in and offering Trump a deal or some help. And therefore, this keeps Trump in the game longer than what they expected. Okay, there's going to be someone helping him out behind the scenes. It could be a few people. It could be just, him lucking out again and again. So I do think it's going to take them. This process is taking longer than what they thought that it would. The energy is the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles it's a card of loyalty. It's a card of generous support. It's a card of opulence. I could see this being the energy right now of people with a lot of wealth, opulence. They are presenting this front to Trump where we're loyal to you. Look how loyal we are, because loyalty is Trump's language. So right now, I think he still feels that people are being loyal to him. I don't think he realizes that this is a setup. I don't know that he ever will. Okay, his environment or the environment of the situation is the Three of Wands. This is looking out and making plans. This is being active and productive, making things happen. And this is travel as well. So there we could see some travel element to what's happening here. Hopes and fears. The Hanged Man. The Hanged Man is putting someone in a permanent timeout. This is being stuck. This is also the card of prophecy. And you guys know I talk about, I'm not going to do it again in this video because I talk about it all the time, but how I do believe all of this, what we're seeing happen now in the world has been prophesized. And, you know, some people are talking about how they think that the Republicans are, or some, not all Republicans, that was a broad generalization, but some of the crazy religious ones are actually trying to usher in the return of Christ by creating the end of the world or something like that. I think that's a little bit crazy, but people are crazy. Okay, final outcome for this, for the setup. Four of Pentacles reversed. Four of Pentacles reversed is desperately trying to hold on to something. It's being overly materialistic, but it's also obstacles. I think he is like a cockroach, and it's going to take a long time to get him out. Let's use some of these Trish James Oracle cards. This is the predictions deck. I also have the governance deck that we might use. If you guys are ever curious to know what cards I'm using, if you click on the description box below this video and click where it says more, it'll expand that box. And there's a link to my website, which is just bobbiereads.com. And on my website, I have a page of every deck that I use, as well as that deck information. So if you if you click on it, it'll take you to Trish James' website, so you can purchase these cards yourself. Okay. Also on my website is a portal where you can book your own tarot readings with me. So if you've ever wanted to have your own private tarot reading with me, I do those. I have live readings and recorded readings. So be sure to, check out and make sure you know what you're purchasing. And that's all through my website too. Okay. So here we go. So we have so many people. I think that there are probably a lot of people involved in this takedown. Okay. What's interesting is I think that the takedown people is a very specific small group. I think that there are other people on the inside that are preventing this, the MAGA Mike Johnsons, because I think they're trying to protect powerful people that are in the Epstein files. I think there are a lot of Republicans that are in there. And so there's a pressure to keep it hidden. So this group right here, they're battling their own, people, because there are a lot of people that don't want, on their side, that don't want these released. Because I think so many people will be implicated. I think it's going to be catastrophic. Man, if this all fully comes out, this is going to change everything, I feel like. Okay. What else do we have for this whole plot? This plot to take down Trump. Okay. We have big city. Big city. Okay. That could be New York. What else do we have? Maybe they've met in a big city to make their plans. Maybe the plan, I don't know. Maybe there's something about exposing information about Trump when he was in a big city. Maybe the Moscow, will finally come out. Experiment or test. So this could be some kind of a test for these different groups. Who's going to win? Who's going to come out on top? How is the base going to handle this? And one more card for the scheme. We have replace or exchange. So they may have to change tactics or change their plan. I feel like they probably have had to do that because I feel like Trump has been more resilient than what they were anticipating. Okay, so now I want to look at how does this play out for Trump? How does this actually finally play out for him? How does this play out for Trump? Is he going to finally be held accountable? Is he going to get away with this? Let's look at the energy for how this is actually going to turn out for Trump. Did you guys see that? There was the Emperor card on the bottom. Sometimes people make comments about my shuffling. They say my nails are too long for me to shuffle, and my nails aren't too long. Look, because you don't shuffle with your nails. You shuffle with the pads of your fingers. But the reason I sometimes divide my decks in half like this and shuffle them is because I actually have pretty significant arthritis in my hands. So it makes that my dexterity, I don't have as much as I used to. And sometimes I have a hard time, just like I don't know, my fingers will do weird things. They don't operate quite the way that my brain is telling them to. So, if you ever see me doing this, it's not that I don't know how to shuffle. You guys see me shuffle all the time. It's just just my hands. Okay. So we're looking at general energy. How does this thing go for Trump? Queen of Cups, Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups is intuition. Queen of Cups is an intuitive woman coming in. I'm going to use the governance deck here and see if we can I don't know who this woman is, and I don't know if we're going to be able to tell, but let's use this deck and see. Because we keep getting a woman. A woman's going to be the one. And I'm curious, is this going to be a politician? Is this going to be a family member? Is this going to be Ghislaine Maxwell? Like, who is this woman? Who is this woman that's intuitive and bringing in an offer? Showing compassion in this situation. Who is this Queen of Cups? Can we get unwavering stance? So it's someone who has been unwavering in their stance. So that could be, I'm thinking this is either going to be some kind of a politician, or it could be, it's someone who's not wavered. I don't know that Ghislaine has ever wavered, but this is definitely, excuse that ring light, you guys. This is definitely that energy, okay? Energy of the person who's going to take him down as someone who has been, okay, I've said that like 1,000 times. All right. So now what the challenge is for Trump, for this situation, for how this is going to turn out, is the Ace of Swords reversed. So there's going to be conflict. And the conflict is what's going to be his biggest hurdle. The conflict can be with different people about how to deal with this. The conflict also with his absolute denial of ever doing anything ever. I think that creates some issues. Ace of Swords reversed is also complications. So there's complications that are going to come up, and it's the card of chaos. So there's a lot of chaos, which we can see that there's no organization at all in this administration. So this is going to be very chaotic, very complicated, a lot of conflict. The energy that this is coming from for Trump is the Ace of Pentacles. So this was a business deal. That's why he got started. This was all about making money. I bet you oh my gosh, I wonder if the reason why he didn't share his financials is because they would have found his business connections to Epstein and alleged for entertainment purposes only human trafficking. This was all a business deal. That's why he got into this. He got into this for money, for his opportunity. And he looks at people as property. So these girls weren't people. They were just objects. The energy of where this is going for Trump, how this is going to, where we're going, as we have the Queen of Swords, this is the card of truth. This is a card of truth. Truth is going to come out. Okay? So that is so reassuring to see that the truth is on its way. I do think we're going to find out what happened as far as Trump's involvement. I think we're going to find out everything, but I think it's going to take a very long time. I don't think it's like, oh, Trump's going to, be taken down in a week and we're going to have all the information. I think this is going to be something that's going to take a very, very long time. The destiny of, or aim of Trump, or what he is trying to actively seek, 3 of Cups. So he's wanting friends to come in here. He's actively looking for friends and people that are going to help him, have his back, support him. What does that look like? It's people like MAGA Mike Johnson, you know, shutting down the House or Congress. It's people not talking. It's people doing favors. It's, you know, the distraction, people trying to help distract from the situation. So that's what he's actively seeking. What he does not want to see, or what he does not see coming, is the 10 of Wands. This is a burden. This is having to carry a heavy weight. This is a lot of demands on your time. This is an imposition, labor. So it's going to take a lot of hard work to keep him out of this situation. That's where this is what he doesn't see coming. He just thinks he's going to skate through this like he skated through everything else. He'll throw some of his lawyers on it and it'll go away. The energy of this situation for Trump is the 9 of Cups reversed. This is the card of ego, being very self-centered, but also being emotionally disconnected. A lot of people have alleged that Trump has narcissistic personality disorder. I would definitely agree with that. This is that card. This is being emotionally disconnected, not caring about other people's feelings or emotions, and being completely centered on yourself. This is like the perfect card. Okay, the environment for the situation is the 5 of Cups. So the environment, there's loss, there's heartbreak, there's grief, there's so many victims. But I think this is also talking about Trump's environment when this is all said and done. When this is all said and done, he is going to lose, I think, a lot, everything. This is going to be something that whatever happens, whatever the result is, it is going to leave him feeling a substantial loss. Hopes and fears for this. King of Cups reversed. So the fear is that he's volatile, self-destructive, and he's going to do himself in. The hope is that he's going to be able to pull himself out. You know, use that diplomatic energy, the charisma. But I don't think he's going to do that. I think he's going to go King of Cups reverse. I think he's going to go to the volatile energy. And what is the final outcome for Donald Trump when it comes to the Epstein files? 8 of Wands reversed. This is bad news coming in. This is regression. But this can also be a card that talks about delay. So I'm going to pull some cards from the predictions deck. Can we please I want to look at how is this going to be resolved? Can we get some clarity, please, on how this is finally going to get resolved? Final outcome for Trump and the Epstein files, please, Spirit. Final outcome. We have replace or exchange. He will be replaced as the president. This will be the thing that removes him from office if he doesn't get sick or, you know, unalived. Okay. But this is him being replaced as president. Okay. And it's interesting too, because there's a lot of red on this card. Not a lot, but it's like the only color that stands out. The red tie and this balloon or whatever this is. This is definitely like a nod to the Republican Party. Okay, so let's continue to look at final outcome for Trump when it comes to the Epstein files, please, Spirit. Final outcome for Trump. We have disappointing outcome. So I think this is going to be disappointing outcome for Trump, because the way I worded the question is, how is this going to what is the outcome going to be for Trump? And so we have disappointing. It's going to be a disappointing outcome for him. Experiment or test. We're getting this again. That's very interesting. I wonder if this is going to be a test for if people really stand up for what's right. You know, people have been screaming, you know, from the rooftops about child abuse and trafficking and all of these things. And here we are. So are they going to continue to scream? Are they going to continue to demand transparency and justice? It's very interesting. Okay, and can I get one more card, please, for final outcome for Trump? Siding or disclosure. Siding or disclosure. So this is obviously referring to aliens, but I'm wondering if this is disclosure of the information, disclosure of what happened, what Trump's involvement was. So this isn't going to end well for him, you guys, which, hooray. This will be what takes him out of office. This will absolutely be what takes him out of office. Can we look at that process? What is that going to look like? What is that process of removing him from office going to look like? I'm going to switch cards too. I want to switch over to my Morgan Greer deck. Now, some of these decks, you guys, I can actually link to the video. So like this Wandering Star deck will be linked to the video, and this Morgan Greer one will be too. So for these, you don't have to go to my website. You can just look at where it says like products, and those are linked there just for your convenience. Okay, so I want to see, what is this going to look like, this process of removing Trump from office? Is he going to fight? Is it going to be terrible? Or is it going to be where people just agree? Let's see what's going on here. This removal of Trump from office. What is this removal of Trump from office going to look like? Okay, so the World card, he's completed. The completion, it's done. I think they're going to be successful removing him from office. This is like the end. It's completed. It's full cycle, full circle, okay? Okay, so I do think they're going to be able to, completely remove him. We have the Two of Wands reversed. Two of Wands reversed is a rush. They're trying to rush to get him out, and they're going to have to rush the process when they get ready to remove him. I'm wondering if he's going to try to flee or what we're going to see with that. Let's get one more card here for how the removal process is going to go. How is the removal process? We have the Fool reversed. So he's going to make really foolish decisions. And I think that the Republican Party, because they're going to be the ones who have to remove him. And I think they're going to make a lot of mistakes. They're going to do it in a very, not a great way. Okay. I think they're going to kind of botch this a little bit. It's not going to be great, but we'll see what happens. I also want to pull some of these governance cards just to see if we can get any other clarification on how this is going to go, how Trump's removal from office is going to go. How is Trump's removal from office going to go, Spirit? Okay. We have health regulation. We have change in focus. So Trump's going to try to distract, try to get you to look over here and not over there. And what he's going to use for that distraction is something to do with health regulations. This could be something with RFK Jr. kind of trying to distract from what's going on. Okay, but this is just going to be a distraction. What else? Any other information for Trump being removed from office? Trump being removed from office, please, Spirit. We have open negotiations, and we have lacking control. So he's going to try to negotiate to stay in power, to stay in his position, but he has no control over the situation anymore. And he's not going to be able to be successful in his negotiations. But that doesn't mean he's not going to try. He is very, very, very much going to try. Okay, and let's do one more shuffle here and see if we can get anything else. I really like these cards, you guys. I feel like they connect really, really well. Okay, so final energy, reversing course. He's going to try to reverse course. He's going to just be so desperate to try to stay in office. It's going to be really a sad thing to see a desperate old man doing everything he can to retain control. So I want to look at now Trump's life after his presidency. Is there going to be a life? Is he going to run? Is he going to be unalived or pass away between, quickly so that the end doesn't even really matter? I want to see Trump's life after he's removed from office. Trump's life after he's removed from office. Trump's life. So it's all about ego. It's all about being self-centered. This is, again, more emotional disconnection. Nothing changes. His life does not change. He doesn't learn any lessons. He doesn't have any big epiphany. There's nothing, there's no value for him in this other than he's here to be a chaos maker. Okay. We have Page of Swords. Page of Swords is contracts, gossip. There's going to be a lot of talking about him, but he's going to try to enter into contracts. And we have the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands is opposition, it's resistance, it's trying to stand strong. He's going to try to be resilient, but I don't know. Okay, I'm going to come back over here to this predictions deck. What is Trump's life going to be like after he's removed as president? What will Trump's life be like after he is removed as president? Underground, in hiding. So a lot of people have said that they think he's going to hide. I have not said that. I haven't seen that. I think he's not going to make it, but this is very interesting because that's underground hiding and cyclone damage. All the damage that he has caused, and I think he's going to continue. He's going to continue to cause damage. I want to know, is he going to be held legally responsible? I don't think so without underground in hiding. Will he be held legally responsible? Nine of Swords. This is all about anxiety, feeling haunted, feeling troubled. He's going to be scared. He's going to be scared that he's going to be held accountable. And look, these hands are tied up. That's interesting. Will he be held legally accountable? Three of Wands is all about action, making plans. I think people are going to try to hold him accountable. Will he be held legally accountable? The Three of Cups reversed. Three of Cups reversed is overindulgence. It's going too far. It's taking things, an indulgence too far. He took his indulgence way too far. I think there's a very good possibility that he'll either be held legally accountable or he is going to hide. But they're going to still pursue him. He'll still be pursued for legal responsibility. Okay, and to wrap this reading up, I'm going to do a kind of a non-Trump question, but it's been on my mind. Is Ghislaine Maxwell going to be unalived? Is she going to be taken out? Because there was that lawyer. Now, the lawyer, there was an Epstein lawyer who recently was found dead. He was 80 years old. Okay, so that happens. Until we get confirmation, we're not going to jump to conclusions. But it is interesting that literally everybody is dead. So, will Ghislaine be taken out? Will Ghislaine be unalived for this? Two of Pentacles reversed. Two of Pentacles reversed talks about feeling very unbalanced. This is ego and pride getting in the way. This is needing to prioritize, and this is feeling off balance. What else do we have for Ghislaine? Will Ghislaine be unalived during this situation? She's got to be nervous. Queen of Wands reversed. Queen of Wands reversed is someone who's lacking virtue and feeling controlled. So this is her energy. Obviously, she lacks virtue, and she's controlled because she's in prison. Then we have the High Priestess and Ace of Rods or Ace of Wands. High Priestess is about intuition, using your intuition, being very connected spiritually. This is all about learning about secrets. And Ace of Wands is an offer. It's an offer of a new opportunity. It's news coming in. I almost wonder if they don't offer her witness protection, like to go into the witness protection program. I'm wondering if that isn't what they do, if she doesn't just like completely disappear. So I don't feel like she is going to be unalived. I feel like they may say, I don't know, they may say she's taken her own life and she may, disappear and go into witness protection and release information that's harmful to Trump. She could be the woman who ends up taking him out. She really, really could be. All right, you guys, what do you think? I want to hear all about it. Please leave your thoughts, your comments in the comment section down below. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you have not already subscribed, please consider subscribing. It's a free way to support my channel and help it grow. And finally, if you would like to take your support of my channel one step further, you can become a member. Members get access to member exclusive content, member only lives, all kinds of fun stuff over there. So it's 99 cents a month. Go check it out. The information about it is in that description box down below. So again, click more, expand it. All of this good stuff is in there. Okay, you guys, I want to thank you so much for hanging out with me while I flip cards, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.